Hi everybody, Rechief here, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path, episodes 1 through 5 beta. When we last left off, we were suspecting Dane Gustavia of doing some murder. Let's find out if he really did some murder, or if he didn't.
Sir Dover and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design.
That inflection was kind of weird.
I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design.
That's a little better.
However, for the finals I wanted to challenge Sir Master with my own skills. I helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own. If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, my own lack of training was to blame. How about that, Sir Prosecutor? This is the truth of 18 years ago.
I can't find any contradictions in his testimony. Well, of course he isn't going to fess up that easily. This guy's been on the run for 18 years, after all. Guess we'll just have to keep on pressing him until he breaks, huh? Yes. That's what I was going to do anyway, so that's perfect.
Sir Dover and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design.
Hold it!
So Mr. Dover took care of the design while you handled the flavor.
Sir Dover was a sculptor by trade. His sense of design was splendid. But he was just an amateur chef. We combined our strengths by working together.
You never did have much design sense, did you, Mr. Gustavia? The animations in this game are so great. Oh my god.
What do you think of this?
That's the symbol of Zhang Fa. Wow, a phoenix. That is really good. Whoa, you really have improved these past 18 years.
Behold the fruits of my 18 years of training. I've put my life and limb on the line for my dessert skills. It's true that I cooperated with Sir Dover 18 years ago, up until the finals. However, for the finals I wanted to challenge Sir Master with my own skills.
Hold it!
So, you were really serious about the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef?
Yes, confectionery is my life. Naturally, I wanted to be the world's greatest. But back then, I was still inexperienced, and I was no match for the better chef.
But your goal was also to obtain the angel's recipe, right? Wouldn't the recipe book be worth more to you than the title? I will not stand by and watch you badger a convalescent man like this. My gavel shall protect you, Mr. Gustavia.
Yeah, I realize he's still recuperating, but...
Mr. Gustavia, do not yield to this devilish prosecutor. Now then, please continue with your testimony.
I helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own.
Hold it!
So you helped Mr. Dover with his dessert, but made yours all by yourself. No matter how you look at it, this seems odd. Why didn't Mr. Dover assist you?
It matters not how it seems, it's the truth. I do not know what Sir Dover was thinking.
It's hard to prove if someone's lying about something that happened 18 years ago. Hey, Kay, does your secret weapon also work as a lie detector? If it did, I'd have already stolen Mr. Edgeworth's spotlight. There's no need for that. I will expose this man's lies myself. Dane Gustavia, please continue with your testimony.
If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, my own lack of training was to blame.
Hold it!
Up until the finals, I heard that you received high praise for the flavor of your dishes. Was there some sort of accident during the finals?
Nothing of the sort. I simply was unable to taste my work due to my taste disorder. My intuition must have been off, that's all.
Then, was your intuition fine while making Mr. Dover's entry? How could there be such a huge difference between the finals and the previous day? We're not getting anywhere at this rate. Should I change the topic? Ooh. So, you're sure there wasn't anything different between the semifinals and the finals?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Aside from not cooperating with Sodova, the finals weren't much different from the semifinals.
Hold it!
So you were still able to make your desserts without Mr. Dover's assistance?
I may have lacked design sense, but I was confident in the flavor. Apart from the design, there were no major differences between my finals and semifinals entries.
Huh? That sure is strange. That's not how Uncle Ray remembers it. I'm pretty sure both the look and taste of your finals dessert scored poorly. Then there's no way he would have won the contest. Even the flavor, which he was so confident about, failed to materialize during the finals. Something must have changed besides Mr. Dover's cooperation. But what? All those unanswered questions 18 years ago. I should already have the keys I need to unravel them. I must recall all the information that Mr. Shields and my father gathered. Okay, so I feel like we probably have to, like, press him again and change the topic to something else, but let me see if I have any evidence. Man, they got some cute kids. Let me see if I have any evidence that I can present here that will contradict the difference between the finals and the semifinals. I don't think I do. Yeah, let's try changing the subject.
Hold it!
Oh, whoops, I had to do the one before this. Whoops.
Hold it!
You knew Mr. Dover before you entered the contest, right?
Yes, I knew him well. Sodova's son and my own attended the same elementary school.
Hold it!
I feel like that's not going to get me anywhere, but let's find out. Then it wasn't a coincidence that you both participated in the contest.
I heard about the contest, so I made the suggestion to Sodova. He always wanted money for his sculpting business.
If I recall, Mr. Dover was a greedy man who was always after more money. Oh, so the angel's recipe is really worth that much. Okay, the recipe book was certainly valuable 18 years ago. But nowadays, most of the medicines it contains are available commercially. Aw, that's a shame. In the end, it seems that each of the contestants had the angel's recipe as their goal. All those unanswered questions 18 years ago are blah blah. Okay. I feel like we can't really, can't contradict that. Like, this is a photo of them and they're both at the same elementary school.
Hold it!
I don't think there's any reason to change the topic. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought that was going to give me a third option, but it did not. So let's go back. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it must be the case that I have to present something here that contradicts his statement. Aside from not cooperating with Sir Dover, the finals weren't much different from the semifinals. Okay, that's not it. Your testimony is faulty. Take a look at this. Why are you meditating? Take a look at this piece of evidence.
I do not need to see it to understand. Your training is insufficient, Sir Prosecutor. You should remember the lessons from your training.
Ouch. Harsh. Okay. Could there be something else here? Matches the light blue liquid found in Dover's room 18 years ago. Rock salt lamp, Gregory Edgeworth. These bodies found inside his room by the suspect. Jail, treatment medicine, helps in murder. He entered the contest as a cake designer, but his body was found in the defendant's room. Okay, so nothing in here, really, I don't think. Dang. I really don't know what I ought to present here. Sir Dover and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design. However, for the finals, I don't know what skills. Helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own. Unlike train was lame. Aside from not cooperating with Sir Dover, the finals weren't much different than the semifinals. Then you've got Shield saying, like, I remember them being extremely different, but I don't really have, I don't really know what I could present that would suggest that they were different. It's not that. Your testimony just now, it's contradictory, isn't it?
Oh my. You say such strange things, Sir Prosecutor. At this rate, you'll never reach your father.
Ooh, yeah, that's cold.
Don't get so worked up.
Of course, it's also possible that this is a red herring and I'm totally barking up the wrong tree here, but I feel as though the game is telling me that I have to contradict this. Because, like, the other statement is, like, oh, they went to the same elementary school, and it seems pretty clear that they did. I take it that they did, based on this photo of them, you know, with their kids at Parent Care Day. Larry drew a sketch of the Pisces sculpture just as he saw it. So obviously that's probably not gonna... Can't imagine that that would be anything that we need to present. Don't know why we would need to present that. There are traces that it was used before the police arrived. We don't need that. And these were Dover's displays, not Gustavia's displays. And I feel like there isn't really anything in here that we can use. Because this doesn't even have anything about Gustavia in it. Yeah, like, I don't know what I would, I don't know what I'd do there either. Huh. And we already, like... I thought for a second about doing, like presenting the angel's recipe here and being like... It wasn't your lack of training, it was that you have hypoglycemia, but, you know, like, I feel like that ground has already been well trod. So Dover and I handle the flavor and turn the design. Let me press this again and just remind myself of what he said. Still able to make... They like to comment on the flavor from the design. No major differences between my finals and semifinals entries. Huh? That's very strange, as how Ray remembers it. I'm pretty sure both the look and taste of your finals dessert scored poorly. Maybe they failed to materialize any finals. Okay. So the look and taste were different. But didn't we already, I feel like we already presented the liquid analysis results, which kind of goes into salt, sugar, you know, kind of goes into the composition of the thing that he made. That's not that either.
This evidence will tell us the truth. You are clearly bluffing. I was not born yesterday.
Indeed. This evidence doesn't show a contradiction.
Shall I continue?
Oof. We are definitely at that part of the game where they don't feel like giving us any hints about what's happening here. Okay. Let me really think about this for a second. So obviously that wouldn't do anything, that wouldn't do anything. That hasn't done anything. Can't believe we need to present that. I think that's over with. I think that's over with. Gustavia's son. Oh! Gustavia's son always came to visit up until the finals. That's something. I feel like that's a stretch, but that's like something that was different, is that his son wasn't there. Yes! There was another difference between the semifinals and finals. This photo depicts your son. We know he came to visit you up until the semifinals.
That is correct. What does that have to do with anything?
Your son... Whoops. Your son, who always came to see you up until the semifinals, was not present for the finals. And then it was only in the finals that your flavor judged poorly. Oh. He was using his son to help him make the cakes. Or, you know, whatever the dessert was. I don't believe this to be a mere coincidence. Your son's visits must have been very important to you, were they not?
A father can work miracles when his son is watching. With my son cheering me on, I was able to make the most delicious desserts.
Mr. Gustavia sure sounds like a good father, doesn't he? If what he's saying is the whole truth, one could say so. But just hearing his son's cheers wouldn't be enough to change the taste of his desserts. A confectioner confident in his sense of taste develops a taste disorder. It would have been difficult for him to maintain the taste of his desserts. Your son came to cheer you on. Was that really all he did?
You seem very doubtful, Sir Prosecutor. In that case, I'll turn this around and ask you. What else could my elementary school son have done besides cheer me on?
He stole desserts from others.
Hey, Dad, look! I got this dessert from, what's her name? I got this dessert from Delicious Scones that has medicine in it!
Right, anyway. I'm sure your elementary school son would have remembered the taste of your desserts.
Of course, my son always loved my desserts.
In that case, he would have been able to taste your test your desserts in your place.
Oh, what did you say?
Earlier you told us that you have a taste disorder.
I've never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago.
No one else knew about your taste disorder. If Mr. Dover had found out, he would have ended your partnership. After all, you were in charge of the flavor. Your son didn't just cheer you on. He also helped you determine if your desserts tasted correct. Ah, I see. Mr. Dover's dessert was made the day before, so it still tasted good.
What you are saying is quite amusing, Sir Prosecutor. You say that my elementary school son assisted me as a taste tester. You are insulting my pride.
Your pride.
It's true I had no sense of design 18 years ago. However, I won't lose to anyone when it comes to flavor. You claim I would cast aside my pride and rely on my son. Don't get carried away with your foolish conjecture, you upstart.
In that case, I'm sure your son can confirm if my theory is mere conjecture.
Unfortunately for you, I no longer have a son.
What?
After my taste disorder was cured, I went to train in Zhengfa immediately. During that time, I severed all ties with my son.
What? Don't tell me. You would even abandon your own son? That's not all. Even today, the whereabouts of his son are still unknown. The police have been searching, but they haven't been able to find any traces of him. This is an interesting little plot thread.
You wish to confirm your theory? I welcome you to try. Desserts are the only things that are important to me. After regaining my sense of taste, my son no longer mattered.
Order in the court. Mr. Gustavia's actions are certainly inhumane. However, we are not here to judge whether or not he is a good father. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I believe this is your loss. After all... Oh, whoops.
Whoops. After all, there is no evidence left from 18 years ago that could prove your theories.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do? At this rate, we'll never find out the truth. Detective Gumshoe, where are those results?
I wonder whose blood it could have been. I've asked forensics to look into it, sir.
Right. I leave it to you, Detective. I entrusted Detective Gumshoe with the last piece of evidence. If only I knew who that blood belonged to. Let me just look in the organizer for a second, because I'm wondering if, like, we know his son already, and we just don't realize that we do. That would be funny. Oh, that'd be really funny. I don't think they look especially related, but holy shit. I can't believe my dad... No, well, no, because he would recognize him. Never mind. If only I knew who that blood belonged to. Miles, there's still one thing that's bothering Uncle Ray. Was Mr. Gustavia's only reason for coming to the art gallery to check on the body? If he only wanted to confirm the body's presence, he wouldn't have needed to open the case. That's right. Is there a way we can prove this? There is one way. We just need that evidence from Detective Gumshoe. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what are you talking about?
Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting, sir.
Just the person I was talking about. Detective Gumshoe, I trust you have the test results.
Of course, sir. I just got the report back from the lab.
Detective, please be silent. So this is the evidence that Prosecutor Edgeworth was talking about. Huh? Hey, what's this? This is the first I've heard of it. This was a request from me. I asked him to investigate a certain piece of evidence. Why is everyone always helping you out? I'm the one in charge of the crime scene. Mr. DeBest, I apologize for taking matters into my own hands, but how about we hear his report first? Sure. Detective Gumshoe, what were the results?
Here's the report, sir. The traces of blood found in the Gemini sculpture belong to the victim of the poison gas, Dane Gustavia. What are you saying?
Good work, Detective Gumshoe. As I thought, my theory was correct. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? We too would like an explanation. What on earth does this blood prove? This blood is something the culprit of the IS-7 incident tried to conceal.
It can't be. That's...
This blood was found inside the glass case of the Gemini sculpture. In other words, your blood was found alongside Mr. Dover's body.
No!
Why would Mr. Gustavia's blood be in a place like that? If you intend to remain silent, then I'll reveal the truth myself. In the Gemini case, aside from the blood, we also found traces of salt and sugar. Salt and blood? And only one of Mr. Dover's sherbet desserts tasted salty. Come to think of it, I remember Miss Delicious saying the same thing 18 years ago. Oh, yes, his sherbet was most delicious. Really? I wish I could have eaten some too. But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it. Salty? It's right here in this photo. It was a part of that lyre. That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation. Exactly. For some reason, salt had been mixed into the lyre. No other traces of salt were found in Dover's room. In that case, please explain. Where did the salt detected in the lyre come from? Uh-oh. I don't know.
Take that!
This is the rock salt lamp used as the murder weapon in the IS-7 incident. I believe part of this rock salt lamp was mixed in with the sherbet from the lyre. At the time of the murder, there were 2 rock salt lamps in Mr. Masters' room. One of those lamps took Mr. Dover's life. We know that Mr. Dover's blood was left behind on the murderous lamp, however. There were no traces of anyone's blood found at the crime scene in Mr. Masters' room. Because the killer disposed of all the desserts with traces of blood into the streams of water, right? No other traces of salt were found in Mr. Dover's room. Speaking of which, weren't the 2 rock salt lamps found in Miss Delicious's room also broken? It looks like both the lamps and the pillars are broken.
Both of their light bulbs are broken.
Maybe they were dropped on the floor. We never did... excuse me. We never did figure out why the other rock salt lamp was broken. Maybe Mr. Gustavia's blood was on the other lamp. If your blood was found on the lamps at the crime scene, you would have been suspected. As the culprit, you would have needed to conceal all traces of your blood from the police. Don't tell me he concealed it in the sherbet lyre. Exactly. The rock salt lamp and his blood were mixed into the sherbet lyre and hidden inside the glass case. That's gross. That means that Delicious Scones was licking some blood. Ugh. Unlike the fountain's water, the sherbet desserts would not be analyzed right away. Perhaps he had planned to dispose of the sherbet when the opportunity presented itself. Then, the reason Mr. Gustavia came to this gallery. 18 years ago, the body and the evidence pointing to the killer were both stolen. Even the killer could not have anticipated that. There was no way of knowing when the body and the evidence would be discovered. So he planned to destroy the evidence before the Zodiac Art Gallery's grand opening. Dane Gustavia, isn't it about time you confessed? You are the true culprit of the IS-7 incident. Monsieur Gustavia, you're the reason Monsieur Master is... Mr. Gustavia.
Could it be? After all this time, my crime is finally brought to light. The prosecutors and defense attorneys 18 years ago never even came close. Bravo! Bravo! Well done, Sir Prosecutor.
So, you admit that you killed Mr. Dover?
It is true. I killed Isaac Dover. But he had only himself to blame.
What do you mean?
Dover and I worked together in order to win the contest. No matter who won, we agreed that we'd share the angel's recipe. But on the day of the finals, he stabbed me in the back. Sir Dover, this isn't what we agreed to.
I'm sorry, Gustavia. The deal is off.
But I made your desserts for you. I'm the reason you got this far.
And what of it? Can you prove that you assisted me in any way?
Dover, you were planning to betray me all along. Because of Dover's treachery, I was forced to make my finals entry on my own. It's just as the prosecutor said. My son assisted me every day until the finals.
What about your pride as a confectionery artist?
A proud chef loses the ability to taste his own creations. That's a feeling an upstart like you would never understand. Mastering the art of dessert making is my reason for being. It is my one and only pride.
Committing murder for the sake of pride. That's another feeling I will never understand. Ooh, that's a good line. Fucking get him, Edgeworth. Burn that sucker. To say nothing of abandoning your own son. Such a thought disgusts me.
Before you judge me, first understand what happened 18 years ago. On the day of the finals, my son never came to assist me. Thinking back on it now, I suppose Dover had a hand in that as well.
Huh? What exactly happened to your son?
I do not know, but it no longer matters. Ever since that day, my son meant nothing to me. From what I hear, he's still missing.
That's awful, giving up on him like that. Without your son, you had no chance of winning, correct?
Yes, and since I was guaranteed to lose, I needed a failsafe. During the afternoon tea time, I made my way to Sir Master's room. I just needed to take a photo of the cure to my taste disorder. It would have all worked out. If only Dover hadn't interfered.
Ah, Gustavia. Trying to steal a picture of my prize, are you? That hardly seems sporting.
You!
cure for taste disorders. Oh, you have a taste disorder, don't you? Ah, this is rich. A pastry chef who can't taste.
Dover, you...
Urgh. Puny worm. You are in no position to oppose me.
Why, you... When I attempted to hit Dover, he struck me and sent me flying. I crashed into one of the rock salt lamps, and that was when my blood stained on it.
So Mr. Dover wasn't the first one to be injured.
To conceal my blood, I shaved away part of the rock salt lamp and mixed it into the sherbet. After that, it became a part of the lyre sculpture.
So, that's how you tried to erase your traces from the crime scene.
Dover tried to blackmail me by using his knowledge of my taste disorder. If I didn't want it to become public, I was to pay him a large sum.
So, that's the reason why you killed Isaac Dover.
Exactly. What reason do I have to let those who obstruct me live? He was the one who drew first blood. I simply gave him his just deserts.
That's a good line, too. So that was his motive.
I carried the rock salt lamp that bore my blood into Dover's room. Then I came up with a hiding place where it would not be easily found.
I get it. That room contained plenty of tools for sculpting sherbet.
Your deduction is spot on, Sir Attorney. It was the ideal place to shave away the rock salt. I then proceeded to coat the surface of the sherbet lyre with vast amounts of the salty mixture.
But why? Why did you try to pin the crime on Monsieur Master?
You are wrong to blame me for that, Lady Catherine. If not for your unnecessary meddling, Sir Master would never have been a suspect. Why do you think I hid the murder weapon in fluorescent cloth in Lady Delicia's room?
There's only one reason why you'd place a murder weapon in someone else's room. You wanted to pin the crime on Delicia. Eep! Me?
Yes, that is correct.
Gusty, why me?
As one who sought to be the world's best confectioner, I greatly respected Sir Master. It was never my intention to cast suspicion on him. But an insolent woman who dared to sully the contest with fake desserts. I had no problem letting someone like you take the blame for the crime.
That makes me sad. Oh, Delicia.
If you hadn't snacked on other people's desserts, the body would never have been found. It was when Sir Master would be judging Lady Delicia's room. That's when I finally saw an opportunity to freeze the body, but before I could move the body, Lady Catherine had already discovered it.
Why did you need to freeze Monsieur Dover's body?
Why, indeed.
Monsieur Edgeworth, please tell us, why would Monsieur Gustavia have needed to freeze the body? It can't be as simple as to disguise it as an ice sculpture, because we already talked about that. I'm going to say to throw off the time of death. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected.
That is correct. Preparations were necessary to freeze the body, while I was preparing in Dover's room. I placed the body in the treasure chest in Sir Master's room. I could think of no better hiding place at the time. But thanks to that gluttonous pharmacist, the lid of the chest broke.
But why did you disguise him as an ice sculpture? Once the body was discovered, there would be no time to throw off the time of death. To buy time, you needed to hide it someplace else. How horrid. How could you hide Monsieur Dover's body with one of his own works?
It all would have worked out if the body hadn't been discovered while it was in Sir Master's room. If everything had gone according to plan, Sir Master would never have been arrested.
So, because I discovered the body, It's my fault Monsieur Master was... Kate, don't take his words to heart. Even if suspicion hadn't fallen on Mr. Master, Miss Delicious would have taken the fall. No matter who he targeted, the one at fault here is Mr. Gustavia himself.
The detective in charge of the initial investigation was also a dunce. To think that he never reported the missing body to the prosecutor.
Prosecutor Von Karmer indicted Mr. Master without knowing the body had vanished. I see. That would explain why he looked so flustered at the crime scene. Although, it's something that would stand out if you read the official documents. Could someone have intentionally distorted the information? At any rate, Von Karmer found out about the missing body after he'd made his indictment. And if he'd let one person be acquitted, he'd have a stain on his much-prided perfect record. That's why he concealed the fact that the body was hidden and had Mr. Master declared guilty. What are you saying? For 18 years, that man has taken the blame for your crimes. Don't you feel anything at all?
I don't care what you say. What a monster. I'm arresting him right here, right now, sir.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that will be impossible.
So you figured it out. That's correct. You have no right to sentence me.
Oh, yes, we do. What? But the culprit is standing right in front of us.
Allow me to tell you the reason why you can't arrest me. It has been 18 years since I murdered Dover. The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years, is it not? In other words, it's impossible for you to arrest me. I only confessed my crime because the statute of limitations had expired.
The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years. Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do? As long as the statute of limitations remains, arresting him is impossible. No way. My sincerest apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Neither Mr. Gustavia's testimony nor your logic can be taken as official legal proof. The verdict of the trial 18 years ago cannot be overturned. What about the fact that Mr. Dover's body was hidden? Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gustavia, this should at least earn Mr. Master a retrial. Really? I wonder about that. Overturning a verdict of the Goddess of Law is much harder than you think. Is the PIC trying to justify the verdict for 18 years ago?
How unfortunate, Sir Prosecutor.
Is there nothing I can do? Is there no way to continue pursuing Mr. Gustavia? Okay. So this is that classic Phoenix Wright, Apollo Justice, Miles Edgeworth problem. I have the answer. It's right here in this cute little statute of limitations book. Because he lived in a foreign country. He was studying in Zhengfa. He was studying how to become a better pastry chef. So that means that we just have to present this somewhere, and then he's going to be, he'll be SOL. The question, however, is where do I stick that? Let's press him a little bit and see if we get a more obvious solution. No matter how many years have passed, your sin will never fade.
Sir Prosecutor, I'm sure you must have realized by now. There's no way you can arrest me. Arresting you would be a piece of cake for someone like Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't that right, sir?
I don't think it will be that simple.
It's impossible for you to arrest me. The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years, is it not?
It's possible that some of your actions 18 years ago were not affected by the statute.
It's been so long I've got nothing left to hide. Ask me anything you like.
Very well. Could you explain to me what you did during these past 18 years?
Certainly. After the contest, the medicine from the recipe book allowed me to fully cure my taste disorder. I then immediately headed to Zhengfa to train my design skills.
So he wasn't seen ever since that case because he was in a foreign country.
Indeed, and I'm certain that I went abroad to train. About 1 year after that case, right before Sir Master's final trial began. And thanks to my training, I am now a confectioner unparalleled in both taste and design.
You should not be proud of a position earned through the sacrifices of others.
You can't bake a cake without breaking a few eggs. Sacrifices were necessary for my goal.
That's horrible.
Say what you will. The fact still remains that you cannot arrest me.
I have to get more information out of Mr. Gustavia. Was there anything of note in his recent testimony? Could you please add the details about your training in Zhengfa to your testimony?
Certainly. Afterwards, I trained in Zhengfa to become the world's best confectioner.
Gotcha, bitch! One of the conditions regarding the statute of limitations for murder is as follows. If the suspect flees to a foreign country, the time limit is on hold until the suspect returns. So the statute of limitations was suspended while you were overseas. That's right! The statute of limitations stopped while you were training in Zhengfa. Indeed. It is possible that the statute of limitations has not expired yet. Mr. Gustavia, please tell us how long you stayed in Zhengfa.
It would be exactly 3 years.
3 years? Wait, well, let's calmly think this over. The case occurred 18 years ago. The statute of limitations is 15 years and he was away for 3. 15 plus 3 is exactly 18 years, I'm sure of it. Mr. Edgeworth, we did it! The statute of limitations hasn't expired yet.
Exactly 18 years, you say. How amusing.
So he realized. Why are you laughing? The statute of limitations still applies. Okay. It's frustrating, but the case occurred in December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, the case occurred 18 years and 4 months ago. His stay abroad wasn't quite enough. We were just a few months short. Not enough? That's...
Like I said, it's impossible for you to arrest me.
He must have known all about this when he confessed to his crime. Prosecutor Edgeworth, it really is a shame. If it was just 1 year earlier, the statute of limitations would not have run out. Those who undermine the Goddess of Law's verdict must bear the burden of their crimes. But I think, if possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached. Cool, so we're good. We Gucci. It seems you were simply incapable.
No!
This can't be the end. So, Monsieur Gustavia really is beyond the law's reach. Kate, what are you thinking?
Objection!
If you're thinking of taking matters into your own hands, I implore you to reconsider. There still might be a way to bring this man to justice. What? Miles, remember the facts of the case 18 years ago. Just as you were mistaken earlier, it seems Mr. Gustavia has also overlooked one key detail. Overlooked? He wasn't present during Mr. Masters' final trial, so he doesn't know the outcome of the trial. There may yet be a way for you to arrest them. Miles, look over that book on statute of limitations again. 17 years ago, Master was falsely declared guilty for a serious crime. Thanks to that verdict, we aren't out of ammunition just yet. Mr. Shields, you don't mean? Those who undermine the Goddess of Law's verdict must bear the burden of their crimes. I am Mr. Master's attorney. I can't use his suffering as a weapon in good conscience. For that reason, I leave the rest up to you. The trial my father and Von Karma battled over. Can I use that to arrest Mr. Gustavia? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yeah! My father and Von Karma, their paths diverged. One revealed the truth, the other concealed it. The path that I choose is the one that reveals the truth. I see no further reason to prolong this trial. I hereby find Dane Gustavia not guilty. Overruled. Gustavia will stand in court for his crimes. Do you mean to say you have found a way to arrest Mr. Gustavia? Exactly. I'll show Judge Courtney the evidence that will shatter the statute of limitations. Okay, it's this again. Okay, I guess it's not. I submit this evidence to the court. I find it hard to ascertain its relevance. Therefore, I cannot accept it. Oh, okay, it's the case notes. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I can see where your feelings are coming from. However, to see you struggle so intensely, it seems you don't know when to give up. I will never give up. The fate of this case rests in my hands. Jeffrey Master's trial went on for 1 year. A year-long trial where the truth was fabricated. There must be one more exception to the statute of limitations I can use. I'll show Judge Courtney the evidence that will shatter the statute of limitations. The IS-7 case file? What page are you referring to? Well, let's take a look. Well, I was hoping for a part where it would say, like, the trial was this long. That's why I found that. Led to his right diagnosis. No question he was convicted of accomplice to murder. True identities, case signer. Okay, I'm just gonna say the first page. The case summary page. I'm sure we already know the full details of the case. There's nothing there that could affect the statute of limitations. Okay, whatever. To come so far, only to fail here. I'll use that one false fact to bring this real truth to light. One false fact? What are you talking about? No, he's led to his arrest. His body was found in the fence room. I don't know what page they're talking about. Jailers like this. False fact. Okay. Maybe it's the third page because they're talking about the body and there was no body or whatever. The suspect data page. At the trial, Jeffrey Master was found guilty of being an accomplice to murder. And it took 1 year to arrive at this verdict. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Right. That is indeed true. This book lists conditions in which the statute of limitations can be put on hold. The first, as I've said earlier, is if the suspect flees to a foreign country. But there's one more. If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached.
What are you saying? Sir Master was found to be an accomplice?
That's right. Mr. Master was sentenced after you'd left for your trip to Zhengfa. And he was found guilty not of being the culprit, but of being an accomplice. I mean, that's splitting some microscopic hairs, but sure. But it seems you didn't know that.
That's absurd. Sir Master never committed any crime to begin with. You should certainly know this.
Of course we do. That is why we're going to free him. To that end, we will shatter the one remaining obstacle in our way. The Statute of Limitations. You fled to Zhengfa for 3 years, and Jeffrey Master was being tried as an accomplice for 1 year. Put it all together, we see that the total time limit for this case is 19 years. In other words, the Statute of Limitations is not over for you yet. The goddess of law is unerring in her judgments. However, it seems that the prosecutor at the time was not. I cannot believe it, but it seems like the case will have to be reopened.
This is absurd. You cannot arrest me.
For the last 18 years, an innocent man has suffered greatly in your stead. Mr. Gustavia, it's now time for you to atone for your crimes.
No. I had finally earned my place as the greatest confectioner in the world. To achieve that goal, I cast everything aside, even my own son.
What a shame. You can't run from your crimes any longer.
No.
Cool.
Dane Gustavia has been taken into custody, sir.
Yeah. So you're up next, right? Yes, I understand. Kate. Everyone, I am truly sorry for all the trouble I've caused. And thank you very much for catching Monsieur Gustavia. What you did cannot be overlooked. Even if the crimes you committed were in response to a past injustice. As a prosecutor, I am terribly sorry for what happened. No, I'm only getting what I deserve, since I was the cause of all this. Kate, will you have me as your attorney? I'm not quite the same useless kid I was 18 years ago. I won't let him find you guilty. Aww. Oh, Monsieur Shields. Yes, thank you so much. Aw, Kate. Kate. What a great character. With great animations. Who sang too much.
Sorry to interrupt, but it's time to go.
Yes, alright. Judge Courtney, I can't help but feel that you have been dishonest with me. Dishonest? Whatever do you mean? You said that the verdict could not be overturned, but that was not the case. A reinvestigation and retrial were obviously required as soon as the missing body was found. I have no need to answer you. It seems she doesn't intend to ever give me an answer. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sights. They will receive a report on everything you did here today, and you will most likely be required to appear before them. I like this groovy music. Now then, I shall take my leave. Hold on! Mr. Edgeworth caught the real bad guy. Didn't he do his job as a prosecutor? No matter how things turn out, I will never regret what I did here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is it? Why are you always sticking your nose into cases that you're not even involved with? My duty is to reveal the truth. Not only as prosecutor, it's just who I am. I don't get it. As long as you continue to think that being the best is all that matters, I doubt you ever will. Well, I don't get that either. I'm going home. He just fucking leaves. What was that all about? There is much he still needs to learn. Miley! What is it? I knew Greggy's son could do it. I think I might be falling for you. Thanks for helping Jeffy. Well,
Yo, Edgy! Oh, great job solving that case. Well, I was busy drawing, so I really didn't catch all of it. Huh? Where'd Katie and Justy run off to?
Maurice, you really weren't paying much attention at all, were you? Well, I hate to admit it, but Larry's doodles actually helped us out a few times. I should say something nice to him.
Don't glare at me like that, I'm sorry!
It was not my intent to glare at you. That patented Edgeworth glare. You're just like your old man. Is that so? Well then, Uncle Ray's gonna go pay Mr. Master a visit. You guys want to tag along? I'd be happy to accompany you. Ah, me too! So this Jeffrey Master, what's he like? Oh, he's really nice and gentle. He's a really nice and gentle guy. He's still doing his best to make people happy. He actually cooks desserts for the inmates. Nowadays, all the prisoners and guards look forward to snack time at 3 o'clock. Wow, that's nice. I want to eat his desserts too. Say the chocolate cake we saw in the prison the other day. He was the one who made it. Oh, Gummy, why are you here?
I heard everybody was coming to visit, so I escorted Mr. Master myself. Hello, one and all. I am Jeffrey Master.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday.
Ho ho! It is a pleasure to meet you all.
Mr. Master, Miles is your old... Mr. Master, Miles is your old defense attorney's son.
You mean Mr. Gregory's? Your father has done so much for me. And yet, I betrayed his good faith when I made the false confession.
I've heard the details from Mr. Shields. Mr. Master, I came here today to tell you everything we've learned about 18 years ago.
18 years ago? Kate committed a crime for my sake? Why would she do such a thing?
Miss Hall has been trying to prove your innocence for the past 18 years. She was willing to do whatever it took to save you.
Kate, she shouldn't have gone through so much trouble for an old man who let her down.
Mr. Master, I don't think you realize just how much Miss Hall cares for you. I have something here that clearly proves the two of you share an unbreakable bond.
An unbreakable bond?
Proof of the bond between Jeffrey Master and Catherine Hall. This should give Mr. Master some peace of mind. I think it's gotta be the chocolates, probably? Yeah? Let's go with the chocolates.
Take that!
These chocolates, did Kate make them?
She did. They're really sweet and tasty. She's been making these chocolates for the past 18 years, so that she could give them to you whenever you returned.
Kate.
Don't sing. Okay, you're crying. I'm sure they're very Very sweet. Yes, they truly are. Unfortunately, I cannot give them to you now, but
I can hand them over later in secret, pal.
it is against the rules, but right now I don't have the authority to stop him.
Thank you very much. Say, you remind me of an old friend. Do you know of a Detective Bad? Of course I do. Detective Bad's my #1 role model, pal. How uncanny. Talk about fate.
Mr. Master, it's looking like we'll be able to get you out soon. I can only apologize that it took 18 years to do so.
Raymond, I'm the one who should be apologizing. No, that's not it. What I really should be saying is, thank you.
Mr. Master,
now it's my turn to wait for Kate. I'll make her favorite sweets every day until she returns. Please look after her, Raymond.
you got it. The IS-7 incident, the case I inherited from my father. After 18 long years, it's finally coming to a close. Miles, thanks for today. I'm sorry for leaving that final decision to you. No, I made that decision of my own free will. Huh? What are you talking about? To arrest Gustavia, we had no other choice but to use Mr. Master's false charge. To use Mr. Master's false charge, which I was originally supposed to protect him from. The attorney inside of me simply could not do it. So that's how it was. But after this, Uncle Ray's gonna try to clear away that false charge as well. Yes, I understand. What? But if they find out about the false charge, they won't be able to arrest Mr. Gustavia, right? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. A contradiction in the law? Blech. Well, who knows what'll happen. The law evolves and grows just like all of us do. Just like Uncle Ray and Miles have grown up. You know? People and the law both grow. Miles, to fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as the defense attorney, I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I will. Well, if you ask Uncle Ray, you'll always be welcome down at the office. Alrighty then. Looks like it's time for Uncle Ray to get going. Next time I see you, I'll be sure to thank you again. Really though, thanks for today. Mr. Shield seemed to be in a bit of a hurry. Indeed. I should be the one thanking him. I was able to face my father's last case because of him. When I was young, I wanted to become a great defense attorney like my father. However, under Prosecutor von Karma, I learned the ways of a prosecutor. Thanks to a certain friend, I was able to discover my own path in life. However, right now there are forces trying to take me off the prosecutor's path. Ooh, title in the lines. Yeah, maybe now is the perfect time to think about how I should live my life. Ooh, interesting. Gregory, I'm sorry that it took so long. Aww. It may have taken 18 years, but finally, we've proven Mr. Master's innocence. Miles, your son, helped me with that. The way he fought for the truth, he was just like you, Gregory. I'm still not the kind of attorney you were, but I will forever carry on the convictions I inherited from you. And if I can, together with him, like father, like son, to fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney, the path I choose is... Oh, dang. A brand new episode has been added. Let's see, The Forgotten Turnabout. I guess that'll be something else coming up from the past. But we'll have to find out exactly what that is next time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. When we return, Miles Edgeworth makes a crucial choice.